Welcome back to That's Clever. I'm Angela Martinez. This artist from Brooklyn, New York is getting off on the right foot and creating a work boot out of stone.
Taking your first step.
Hi, I'm Robin Antar. And I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And I can turn anything into stone. Like this. And these. Today I'm going to make this work boot out of stone. Come on inside. This is my basement. This is my sanctuary. This is where I work. Working with stone can be really dirty, so I'm going to put on my overalls. Now we're going to go select the stone. I'm going to use this 60-pound block of limestone for my boot. This is limestone dust. It's going to get mighty dusty in here. I'm going to take this template and draw it on my stone. Now I'm going to cut out all this negative space with a diamond blade. I'm going to take this diamond blade and make slices into the stone, and then I'm going to chisel off all of the negative space. I'm going to put on my mask because the limestone is going to fly all over the place. My objective is to carve realism in stone. I cut out all the lines of the negative space, and I made a silhouette of the form of the boot. Stones are really heavy, so I use this cart to help me wheel it out. I'm going to get my glasses and my chisel, and I'm going to get to work. This is my chisel. I'm going to connect the air hammer to the compressor, and then I'm going to chisel out the silhouette of the boot. This is the fun part. I'm in my own little world. I turn on this machine and I can't hear anything. I took a stone carving class in high school and I fell in love with it. I was addicted ever since I started. Now I got the silhouette of the boot all cut out. Now I'm going to flip it over. Get the pattern from the drawer and trace out the bottom of the sole. I cut the pattern out of felt after tracing it from a real boot. This is going to help define the realistic part of the boot by tracing the sole to the real boot. These two lines were cut to make the indentation of the heel. I'm going to cut out the shape of the sole. I selected limestone because limestone accepts the stain to make this boot look as real as possible. I just cut out the sole of the boot. Now I'm going to chisel out the boot in the round. I'm going to start with the toe, and then I'm going to the heel to make the boot look like a boot. I cut out the sole. I carved the boot in the round. Now I'm going to trace the sides of the sole to get the shape of the sole and the indentation of the sole and the boot. Now I just cut out the sole. I cut out the space on the bottom of this heel. I cut out the shape of the heel, and I created the negative space between the heel and the body of the boot. Now I'm going to carve the toes of the boot. Then I'm going to carve the top part of the boot to make it look like leather and get the creases in the boot. At this point, I'm starting to create the contour shape of the boot. I smoothed out the chisel marks by the toe and made more definition in the form. I continue to add definition to the shape. I carved out the tongue, and my boot is starting to look real. Now I'm going to mark pencil lines to define where the shoelace holes are going to be drilled. Now I'm going to drill in the shoelace holes with my die grinder. I am using my rasp to clarify the forms of my boot. Rasping is rough sanding. And now I'm flattening the top part of the boot. I got my boot exactly the way I want it, and now I'm going to polish it with 6 different diamond grits, starting from coarse to very fine, so I can get this stone as smooth as leather. It's smooth as a baby's cheek. Now that I got my boot super smooth, it is time to make it alive with some oil paint stains. I developed this technique a couple decades ago and it works. I paint down my stain. Now I take a tarlatan cloth to rub off the extra stain off the boot. I've tried to use other paints to stain stone, but I found oils works the best. I let my boot dry overnight, and now I'm lacing the laces. I always add a part of the real object to my sculptures to make them look as real as possible. This is the boot I can really work with, and it's done.